We kick off a busy match week Saturday in the Pacific Northwest. An all-West Coast matchup between San Jose Earthquakes and Portland Timbers 2, the third time these teams see each other in 2026. Welcome into Portland, Oregon, and inside Providence Park, along with our broadcast team. Jake Griffith, glad to have you alongside us. Portland Timbers 2, it's been a renaissance year for the home side. They currently find themselves in third place in the Western Conference table and riding high off a win on the road against Colorado Rapids 2. As for San Jose Earthquakes, right now occupying that final playoff position in the Western Conference standings, but looking to right the ship after a loss against Vancouver Whitecaps 2. A chance to look at how these sides line up. First, for Portland Timbers 2, and interim manager Andres Flores going with a 4-3-3. Two personnel changes across this 4-3-3, and the press will be important today for Portland Timbers. It was something that you talked to this team, they felt like they've done well in the two prior matchups against San Jose Earthquakes 2, both wins for Portland Timbers 2. And when they do get in transition, that numerical superiority, having that front line of three plus the two wingers in the midfield joining the attack to help create that numerical advantage. That'll be crucial how they're able to use those transitional spaces today to assert themselves against San Jose Earthquakes 2. And as for San Jose Earthquakes 2, they come into this contest with a 4-3-3 formation as well, and they make two personnel changes in it. For San Jose, what will be crucial is their vertical runs. They want to be a direct team. Dan DeGeer, their manager, earlier in the week, he did say that one of the areas he wants to see Quakes 2 try to exploit today is stretch this Portland Timbers back line out a little bit, get them in one-on-one situations with the outside backs. He feels like this is a team, this San Jose Earthquakes side, that has been exceptional in their 1v1 battles in 2026. All set to go here inside Providence Park. Robert Vincenzi is our center referee for this third meeting already of the season between these two Western Conference foes. Back-to-back wins for Portland Timbers 2 in this series. Unbeaten across 3 consecutive matches dating back to last year. It'll be San Jose Earthquakes in the all-white, Portland Timbers in the red and black. We await the opening whistle from our center referee. And there it is. The ball's moving, and we are underway in Portland, Oregon. 14th all-time meeting between San Jose Earthquakes 2 and Portland Timbers 2. Come in with an 8-3-4 record. It's their best 15-match start to a season, going all the way back to the 2018 USL Pro campaign, in which they reached the USL playoffs, the quarterfinals, where they were dispatched by Phoenix Rising that season. It's nodded back to Sam Joseph getting his 11th start of 2026, and he will fling this one on and ahead. Martin Quinde Jr. will nod it out of play. There's a run of form for Portland Timbers 2 coming in the midst of some changes at the first team level. Phil Neville dismissed from his post as Portland Timbers manager. Jack Cassidy, who started the year as the Portland Timbers 2 head coach, moving up in an interim role, taking over as of June 5th in place of Phil Neville. Timbers 2, they go up the near touchline, and transitioning to the attack is Bryce Van Vooris. He's dispossessed, taken away by Edwin Mendoza, but promptly won back by Portland Timbers, who have been exceptional here in Providence Park in 2026. This is the 9th match they've played in their home venue. 3 wins. They've taken points in 7 of their prior 8. 4 draws here at home as well, as back they go to Sam Joseph, the former Virginia Tech Hokie. The ball goes careening through the half space, repossessed by San Jose Earthquakes. They come in off the loss against Vancouver Whitecaps, too. They started very fast, scored inside the opening 3 minutes in that contest, but it was 2 unanswered scored by Vancouver Whitecaps that gave them the lead, and then a goal late at the death for Vancouver to steal all 3 points at home. Quickly thrown back into play by Martin Quinde Jr. When I had a chance to catch up with Dan DeGeer earlier in the week, he reflected on that match, but not just that match in particular, the last 5 matches of play. He feels like it's just been up and down stretches of play right now for his San Jose Earthquakes 2 side. Nudged along initially by San Jose, taken away by Cervantes, the offseason acquisition from Mexico, and now we get a whistle for a stoppage. It's Bryce Van Voorhis, the Portland native, the 17-year-old who is down there near the bottom of your screen as trainers out to check on his status. An early stoppage for injury in this contest. It's Van Voorhis now finally sitting back up on this turf surface. And Van Voorhis back to his feet. He will walk off under his own power. 6th appearance, 4th start of the season for the Portland native, who appeared in 13 matches a season ago as an amateur signing out of the Portland Timbers Academy. Things will get back underway off the drop ball. Andres Flores, when I caught up with him earlier in the week, one of the subjects we chatted about was that coaching change in the midseason. I got the lines wrong on the clearance initially. On it is Shane DeFlores, and now Quinde Jr. will clip that one along. Numbers 2 struggling to clear these lines, at least initially, but going back to Portland. Andres Flores, he said the best way to mitigate when you have a coaching change in the midseason, the most important thing you can do is consistency. No matter who's managing the team, this Portland Timbers 2 side aims to do the same thing, and they've done it very well so far in 2026. That one will be thumped out of play, and T2 will take over possession via the throw-in on the near touchline. As Van Voorhis, rejoining his team, will toss it back in. Oendo, the Spaniard, acquired in April of last year, ended up playing 22 matches for Portland Timbers 2 a season ago. All of them starts back for 2026. He gives it up now. A collision sends Daniel Nunez down. Former GA Cup Best 11 selection a season ago for the Portland Timbers Academy in MLS Next. Bit of weather that factors into this contest. Rain started to trickle down about 15 minutes before our opening kick. I have to imagine that that will impact this match. As the surface gets a little slicker, that ball plays a little faster. Over to Van Voorhis now. His options will recycle it over to Alex Bamford, the former Marshall Thundering Herd man, and now changing the point of the attack is Portland Timbers. T2 on the move, options around. Late arrival from Oendo. They'll swing it back to him. Number 94 in black and red, Charles Oendo spent time in the Millwall Academy. 2 appearances in EFL Championship with Huddersfield, all prior to him joining Portland Timbers. On the switch, here's Van Voorhis. Bamford now Nicholas Lund will collect, the former Oregon State Beaver. Linda will carry this one along and now finally does hand it off. It's Mueller over on the left side. Patient approach so far for Andres Flores and company. Electing to pull that one all the way back to Sam Joseph, who makes his 11th start of the year. Like 900 minutes already in 2026. Some space to move now for Portland Timbers too. Lofted out wide, looking for Van Voorhis, and they find him. There's Bamford. It's Bamford, the team leader in defensive contributions per 90 minutes. Flores, earlier this week, the interim manager for Portland Timbers too, called him the anchor defensively of what they want to do. Out of possession. They are out of possession now. Off the giveaway, here is San Jose Earthquakes in the attacking half. Quinde Jr., late arriving run, trying to whip this ball in. It's batted down. Collision sends a Portland Timbers two-man down. Nicholas Dossman able to put his foot in and dislodge that ball. Protests for the foul from T2 go unheard, and it's thrown back into Dossman. Lift up ahead, trying to pick out Shane DeFlores. It was offline, that pass. Repossessed though by San Jose Earthquakes too. Alejandro Cano, the captain today for Dan DeGeer's bunch. Now Dossman thumps it up ahead. First contact made by Portland. DeFlores straddling the stripe and now turning it inside. Here's KK Spivey. Trying to lay it back off to Spivey. Spivey, edge of the area, has a hit from distance, and it's pushed out of play by Joseph. Kadrian Spivey, one of the more highly touted youngsters rising through not just academies, but MLS Next Pro overall. Has 5 goal involvements on the year, had his eyes on a 6th. A fine save from Sam Joseph, his first of the day, and it's the first corner for San Jose Earthquakes, who had a real penchant for scoring off their set pieces in 2026. 3 corner goals for. Mendoza will be the trigger man. Mendoza lifts this near post, headed down by Portland Timbers, and now a chance to break out. Quinde Jr. goes sliding in. Win the ball back initially. The long pass ahead, intercepted by Rohan Rajagopal. At the end of it all, though, it goes sailing out on this near touchline, and Van Voorhis will have the throw for Portland Timbers too. Timbers too unable to get that ball across the halfway line. One back by San Jose Earthquakes. This is the 3rd matchup of 2026 between these teams. Portland Timbers took the most recent one, 1-0. They took the first matchup of the season, happened to be the first contest of the season for both teams. 2-1 all the way back in March. Dan DeGeer, he said that last meeting, at least from a San Jose Earthquakes perspective, was a little boring. They were shut out in that contest. Felt like they could have created a little bit more, was DeGeer and company's biggest takeaway from the 1-0 loss, as Bamford will drive that back down the pitch. Izoida steps in front of the would-be clearance and now turned out wide by the captain Enriquez. Here is Portland Timbers 2, flanked with options as Mueller gives it up. Way back off to Enriquez from Oendo. Adolfo Enriquez, the native of Portland, former Timbers Academy player. Made his MLS debut against Nashville SC all the way back in 2024. Oendo stepping into space, his pass slipped through, but corralled in by Connor Lamb. Long ball up ahead, attempting to find Shane DeFlores. That was out of his reach. Dangerous pass from Sam Joseph. No one for San Jose could pick the pieces up. And we'll go back all the way into the possession of Connor Lamb, who makes start number 5 of 2026. His third consecutive start, has 6 combined saves in his last 2 matches, including a 5-save effort in the win against Real Monarchs now 3 matches ago. Flores looping ball, won't make its way toward the target. Transitioning back into the attack is Portland Timbers 2. Here's Lund, hounded by San Jose. Peeled over, Van Voorhis, early ball in. Stay down. Here is Cervantes. Stand that cross up, instead deflected over to Enriquez. Now Oendo steps in, it's Oendo! Whistles it wide of the far post and out. The best chances so far for both teams have been hits from distance. It's been a real committal to box defending for both of these sides so far. Oendo having a go of it. Missing that one wide of the far post. Tomo Allen able to head that one down, trying to drop that one into the pocket of space. Tomo Allen, he was with San Jose Earthquakes 2 a season ago when they were known as the Town FC. Ended up leaving midway through the year to attend college at Stanford. Dan DeGeer this week, he said, Allen is such an asset to have back. They're very glad to have him. And DeGear's just been very impressed with how Tomo Allen has developed. He's known him, been aware of him since the academy days when Dan DeGeer spent time as the Quakes U17 head coach. Dossman will trot all the way back to track that one down. It's cleared out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bank of America. Van Voorhis trying to switch play. Well defensively by San Jose Earthquakes, but still maintained here by Portland Timbers 2, and now we do get a whistle for a stoppage. San Jose trying to progress into the attacking half. A delayed whistle comes in. Robert Vincezi, and it will be a Quakes 2 free kick right in the middle of the park, just about here at Providence Park. A historic venue in Major League Soccer and American soccer overall. Opened in 1926. It's undergone several rounds of renovation since then. Also special to both of these coaches that manage these respective sides. Andres Flores, he Spent some time playing in this organization from 2018 to 2020. 46 total appearances across both Portland Timbers and Portland Timbers 2. He said earlier this week that one of the things that makes it special, yes, it's their home, but he remembers coming into the organization when Providence Park was in a previous phase of construction. They describe it as a fortress here in Portland. Very hard for the opposition to come in and win. Something like Dan DeGeer knows a lot about. Grew up in the area. Spent a lot of time watching and playing in clubs and academies around this organization. That one knocked across the end line. Portland Timbers hoping that it would be a corner. It is not. A goal clearance awarded instead to Connor Lamb. Danger territory here for the Quakes. Pinned back deep, trying to take some pressure off. This is where Portland Timbers, they love to have their opposition. Quakes too able to break that defensive block of Portland down, at least initially, before the throw-in is intercepted and turned back toward Sam Joseph. Link up to find Van Voorhis in space. His pass, though, not on point. We've seen Portland already in the first almost 20 minutes. They have made a real point to try to get those vertical runs going. It's something Andres Flores described as a real non-negotiable for this team. It's part of their tactical ideology, one of the things they do very well. They've had success in the prior two matchups against San Jose this season, completing 40% of their long passes in both of those matchups. Trying to sneak in behind with Cervantes with the offside flag coming up. And that will erase the opportunity for the home side. Spivey navigating through a host of Portland Timbers defenders. The out of possession shape will be so crucial today for Portland, especially managing those central overloads. This is a Quakes 2 side. They love to tuck their wingers in. That can be hard to manage at times if you're not careful. For Portland Timbers defensively, they've been able to batten down the hatches, stymieing San Jose to just one shot on target so far. In fact, it is their only shot of the contest overall. Get a whistle, and that will bring things to a stoppage here in Portland. Timbers 2 side, when looking at the Western Conference table, now that we are solidly in the thick of match week 17, getting up on the halfway point of the MLS Next Pro campaign. They have the second best 5-match form right now in the Western Conference. Everyone looking up at Austin FC, who's unbeaten in each of their last 5 contests. A big match in St. Louis tomorrow evening between 1 versus 4 at Energizer Park. There was a whistle from Robert Fitzesi, and so that will mean Portland Timbers 2 will have a free kick to resume play off the stoppage. Cleared away on an emergency basis by the visitors from San Jose. Out it goes for another T2 throw-in on this near touchline. Zoida could hear the footsteps tracking him down from behind. Rolls it all the way back to Bamford, who hands it off to Sam Joseph. So far, one save for Joseph, the 22-year-old native of California. Long ball ahead, glanced along into the possession of Martin Quinde Jr. Quinde Jr. going one-on-one, gets this service off, falls all the way through. That's where Zach Bohane will track it down. Bohane drives it in toward goal, the save made by Joseph, and it pops out of play for the corner. Another important stop for Samuel Joseph. 2 already in this first half. It's just a great effort on the turn, far corner of the area. Zach Bohane trying to tack on goal number 5 in 2026. Sets San Jose up with their second corner. Swung in by Mendoza, headed down quickly. That's top of the area. Rajagopal will swing it back out wide. Second bite of the apple, and Joseph is there. Able to pluck that out. Now rolls it ahead, trying to jumpstart things to Lucas Fernandez-Kim. 75th overall pick by Portland in the Super Draft. This most recent one in 2026. Came out of Oregon State, where he spent a year. T2 trying to carve things open. That was Eric Zoida. Zoida knocked off the ball. Oendo steps up, carries it along, and we get a whistle. Some of the runs that Charles Oendo has made from that left back spot today for this Portland Timbers 2 side have been very impressive and very important in terms of helping jumpstart offense for Portland Timbers 2. It'll be an attacking half free kick for T2. They have scored twice this season off of free kicks. Including one a few matches ago that was from some distance out. Driven ahead by Izoida into a crowd. Knocked away. Balls back to Nunez. Second ball in, headed down off the board. It's in! Timbers 2 are on the board, 1-0. Coaches will tell you it's always that second ball off a set piece that's the most dangerous, and Portland Timbers proving that adage true. Lucas Fernandez-Kim sending Portland into a first half lead. Fernandez with the goal for T2 in the 26th minute. Area that Andres Flores had identified this week when we caught up about what makes this team so successful, what's been the catalyst behind their success. They have clear ideas that they express. They're very organized, but he also said that when it comes to one-on-one duels, when it comes to aerial duels, this team, they work so hard. They win those individual battles, and it makes them better as a unit. Fernandez-Kim winning that ball in midair, heading it off the bar. It's a flying start at home for Portland Timbers, and they have their eyes on perhaps another as they win that ball back. This portion of the match is brought to you by Carl's Jr. as Portland Timbers 2 have a throw in. Zoida probing around, now leading the way in to this final third for Portland Timbers 2. Jesco's glancing off the boots, and that is where Connor Lamb will collect things for San Jose Earthquakes. Despite the great goal scored moments ago from Lucas Fernandez-Kim, Lamb still somehow, some way, almost got a hand to it. That has been the thing that, in the words of his manager, Dan DeGeer, has stood out. DeGeer said earlier this week that he's a very athletic guy. I feel like he's got some great physical tools at his disposal. Nate Crockford, the former UCLA Bruin and FC Cincinnati 2 netminders, played the lion's share of the minutes in net for San Jose this season. But Connor Lamb these last few weeks has gotten some real solid run in goal for Quakes 2. Jacob Heisner, former Pacific Tiger, trying to run that down. Instead, out of play it goes, and it's quickly thrown back in by Portland Timbers. Coming up on the half-hour mark elapsed here in Portland, Oregon. Just minutes ago, this man, 35 in red and black, putting the home side in front and putting this one in front. Clipped away defensively by San Jose. Portland Timbers have done well this year as official waves the finger and says no foul given. They build with 3. Those rotations have always been crisp. Early ball ahead from Spivey. Defender got it wrong, and it's fired in! Never giving up on the play. Zach Bohane puts things on level terms. 1-1. Bohane has been an impressive offensive threat in 2026. 5 goal involvements entering the weekend. And if you're Portland Timbers too, you see the reaction. Defensively, you just can't have that. Miscommunication, and Zach Bohane taking full advantage for his 5th goal of the year. Dan DeGeer, he said his message this week to his team was find ways to stay locked in at all times. They felt like within that ideology, some of their mistakes have come late, but that's a prime example of what San Jose Earthquakes manager is talking exactly about. Stay locked in, never give up, play a full 90 minutes, play till that whistle. Bohane doing exactly that and giving San Jose Earthquakes new life away from home. Now here is San Jose transitioning, counter quickly developing. Bohane helps it along, inside looking for Spivey, who is knocked off the ball, and it is cleared. Another counter quickly developing and fizzling out almost as quickly for San Jose. top of the broadcast, we talked about the counter-attacking ability of Portland Timbers, but make no mistake, this is a San Jose side that they live in transition at times. They've scored 5 times, make it 6 now in counter-attacking moments. That is a core pillar of the tactical ideology and style of this Dan DeGeer coach team for San Jose Earthquakes too. And of course you can even extend that all the way up to the first team level under Bruce Arena at MLS. This one thumped in behind, and quickly off his line is Sam Joseph. Enriquez driving this one forward. He'll get it right back. Now up ahead, out comes Lamb, hammering that one away from would-be danger. A chance here for San Jose to turn this one upfield. Not on the same page though with Kadron Spivey, the former MLS Next U15 MVP a season ago. That goal scored by Zach Bohane minutes ago. Just the second that this San Jose Earthquake side have scored now in 3 matchups against Portland Timbers too. Both now have come in the opening 45 minutes. It's T2 who's been the team that in the prior 2 matchups have been the stronger down the stretch of contests. All 3 of their goals scored against San Jose prior to the one scored by Lucas Fernandez Kim had come in the second half. And now here is San Jose Earthquakes back on it now. We're back high up the pitch. Quakes 2 with it now. Whip toward goal and goes wide. Troubling trend if you're Portland Timbers too, that has started to develop these last few minutes. Somewhat casual play when building out from the back or having possession of it in your defensive half. These last 5 minutes have been marked by Quakes 2 winning that ball back high up the pitch and immediately turning 1-2 passes, if that, and they're into goal. Header from Kadron Spivey. Flores had it for a moment. This portion of the match is brought to you by Old Trapper. Here's Izoida leading the charge in. Whipped back centrally, headed around by Cervantes. Izoida trying to put it toward the target, and it goes chipped over the bar, deflected on its way through. It will be a corner. They scored the first goal of this contest. It was a short-lived 1-0 lead. Now they go back to the well on their second corner. Driven in low, near post, slipped through, but trickling wide. And San Jose able to come away unscathed. Ball forward from Quakes 2. Change of possession will occur via that throw in. Play quickly back underway As we barrel in toward the halftime whistle here in Oregon. Lindo able to go forward with it up the far touchline. Timbers 2 looking for the link up on the edge of the area. Couldn't find it. Well, here comes Quakes 2. Trying to chip that one out wide. Lund will let it roll out, and he will throw it back into play. Eisner gets ahead to that one. The offside flag does come up, though. That will end any potential opportunity for Portland Timbers 2. One thing that Andres Flores mentioned earlier in the week was the two matchups prior, as we get a whistle for a foul. The two matchups between these teams earlier in the season were vastly different. You go back to that first meeting of the year, despite the result, he felt like San Jose were the better team in terms of game management, as Kunde Jr. will win a throw-in for San Jose Earthquakes over on this near side. Lund goes tumbling down, still able to connect with his netminder and Sam Joseph. But going back to Andres Flores, this coaching staff for Portland Timbers 2, despite only grabbing one goal in that narrow 1-0 victory, they felt like they were the significantly better team in the second matchup. A higher XG, created more dangerous chances, had longer spells of possession. Spivey pleading for a whistle for a foul, not going to get one. Van Voorhis through the central channel. Deflected back to Lucas Fernandez-Kim. Olindo shovels it along. Izoida back to Olindo. Charles Olindo. They go out wide with it over to Mueller. Knocked out of play. It'll be a throw for Portland. You see, though, San Jose, they are dropping so many numbers deep in this defensive block when out of possession. Portland Timbers, their lone goal so far in this first half coming from a set play, but now sneaking in behind, and Lamb is there, able to clean things up. Collision that will send KK Spivey down, and it will be a booking, our first of the afternoon here in Portland, Oregon. Trainers ushered onto the pitch to check on Kadron Spivey. It will be Nicholas Lund, the center back, going into the book.
Lund given the caution card for T2.
You see Andres Flores there at the bottom of your screen having a chat with our fourth official today. '46 total professional appearances as a midfielder across the course of 3 seasons for this organization. Also 65 career international caps with the El Salvador senior men's national team. Of course, international play on everyone's minds right now across the country, with the World Cup being in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. All 3 co-hosts advancing into the knockout stage. A foul throw. Not the error San Jose was hoping to make in that moment there. Portland Timbers, too, although New Zealand's time in the FIFA World Cup has come to a close, Portland Timbers, too, they have made their mark on the World Cup. Former T2 man Tim Payne assisting on Finn Sermon's goal against Egypt back in the Group G opener for the All Whites. Intercepted by Van Voorhis. As Kim hounded there. Not into a turnover. It will be a throw in for Portland Timbers, too. And Van Voorhis will do the honors. Quinde Jr. able to step in front of that and nod that one away. Martin Quinde Jr., the former Santa Clara winger, returning to this organization. Spent some time with them back in 2023 before his college days began. You will run onto this one, covering up for Olindo, who was trying to carry it forward. It will skip across the touchline. And Portland Timbers will have another throw. Just now joining us, a goal in the 26th minute for Lucas Fernandez-Kim. His second goal of 2026. 4 minutes later, Zach Bohane able to equalize for San Jose Earthquakes. That is where we stand right now. 4 shots for the home side, but 2 shots on target for San Jose. Quickly, the counter is on. Put toward goal, the kick save made by Lamb. Turned upfield now for San Jose Earthquakes. Tomo Allen looking to run it down on that right flank and does just that. Inside, it's Mendoza. Official indicating 2 minutes of added time at the end of this opening 45 minutes. Just about what we've come to expect when Portland Timbers and San Jose Earthquakes lock up. We're going to funnel it back over to Bohane in behind. Quickly tossed back in play. A lot of traffic in front. Cleared away initially by Portland Timbers. Carrying it forward now. Good run here from Cano. Cano cuts it central. Quinde Jr. hammers it wide. There was a whistle for a foul, though, in the box. And the opportunity erased for Martin Quinde Jr. and San Jose Earthquakes, too. An eye right there in the 6-yard box. You see that collision that sent Alex Bamford tumbling down. And that was what the whistle was for from Robert Vincezi. Play back underway off the distribution from Sam Joseph. Exactly been one-way traffic for Portland Timbers, too. San Jose, they've had their fair share of opportunities, but right now, 55% possession for Portland. It'll spill across the far touchline and quickly chucked back into play by San Jose. Back in possession is Portland Timbers. Zoida looking to run onto it. Not, though, before the halftime whistle sounds, and we have reached the intermission in Portland, Oregon. Our score at the break, 1-1. Coming up in our halftime show, we look ahead to a new club in Long Island, plus highlights and our upcoming schedule, all after this timeout.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing belief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Welcome back to Portland. We visited with Grand Rapids last weekend. Now let's head to the Northeast and check in with another future club, the Island FC.
The opportunity to build a professional soccer club in Long Island, to me is really unique. Number one, because I'm from New York, I'm from Queens. It's a community that I'm very familiar with, that I resonate with. Long Island has a tremendous source of pride that only Long Islanders know and feel. To do this in a place where there is such a rich soccer history, on the youth end, professionally, is also unique. We're not just launching a soccer club, we're launching a culture, we're launching a community space, we're launching a brand and a team that will make Long Island proud. The Island FC will represent, not just what's happening on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we certainly give more than we take, and that's in all parts of the organization and the club.
I came to Long Island 40 years ago now and created the very first professional coaching organization. And out of that has grown this tremendous industry of viral coaching, super clubs and companies. And this is really an end result for that. It's an opportunity through the Island FC to act as an embracing organization that really brings the island together in a significant way and propels male and female soccer to the top. This is bringing professional soccer right to the heart of Long Island, and it makes that dream a reality. They will see young Long Island players coming through and playing pro here with the Island FC and representing Long Island on that international stage.
the biggest sporting event in the world is embracing two ideas that started here. One designed to keep the game moving, another designed to better protect the players within it. Both were first tested in MLS Next Pro.
The league launched in 2022, but prior to that, there were 4 pillars that we came around, really rallied around, where we wanted to build and drive growth. Those 4 pillars were professional development, local communities, access, and innovation. The game has been around for over 100 years, but for the most part, a lot of the rules have stayed the same. But the game has evolved so much, particularly over the last 30 years.
MLS Next Pro has been a really good proving ground for a lot of these new rules that they're bringing into effect. The players in the competition have been very open to trying out new things. We've seen some really, really good developments, and a lot of the things that have been trialed in that competition have been elevated to MLS, and now we're seeing elevated to the FIFA level as well. This was something that it was easy for them to get their heads around. But I was pleasantly surprised to see them take this on in a format that's very, very similar to what we've been doing already.
Ideas don't become rules overnight. Changing the game meant bringing people together from every corner of the sport.
I think it took a lot of courage for us to implement some of the new rules, but we knew that if we did it in an authentic way and we got information from so many different stakeholders in parts of the game, that we could do it in a safe way that would help players, would help administrators and coaches, and really would be good for the sport.
Eventually, the conversation moved from meeting rooms to match day.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be a part of the first game ever with this in MLS Next Pro in 2022, where we got an email. We had to join a webinar where we had to go over these rules, and there was great understanding of how this was going to go and overview about these 2 specific rules that we're going to have implemented more specifically for MLS Next Pro. So I really thought the on-field treatment rule was an awesome implementation, because that's something that we deal with a ton as referees. It's something that causes friction, always causes issues for game management when you have players going down for injuries and calling a trainer on when it's not necessarily a serious injury. So I knew initially that was going to be a fantastic one, that was going to be helping our game improvement. And then the substitution rule we knew was also going to be one of the ones that was going to help. So I was really looking forward to doing that one and implementing that, because it's something that's game management we have to deal with.
The expectation was that there would be an adjustment period, maybe even resistance. Nobody knew how the players would respond once the whistle blew.
Players bought into it really quickly, and it was something that the entire league was able to understand it, and really you saw buy-in from everybody, and it was just really easily implemented at MLS Next Pro, and really didn't see much pushback. The biggest thing that I've seen is where players are smart enough to know if they leave the field voluntarily with our permission, they don't have to wait a minute. So if they're near the sideline or the end line or something where they say, hey ref, I just need a minute, I'm gonna go off, perfect. They can go off and get whatever treatment they need to, and they know they don't have to wait the minute. You're getting your treatment that you have, you're not implementing any of the on-field treatment rules or anything, you're just taking yourself out of it for a second. So that's where players are really coming smart to how they handle things. And then for the substitution rule, I've seen several times where I would talk to a captain, and I tell him the player has to come off, and he's not, and you see a captain or a teammate pushing that player off the field, because they know that if you're not off in that 10 seconds, they don't want to play for 10 at the disadvantage that they would have.
The changes on field were obvious, and the numbers told the same story.
The data was really compelling. If you look at the numbers before the rule was implemented, on average, for those stoppages associated with injuries that are 15 seconds or more, you really were looking at stoppages in games that were 5 to 6 times per game. Once we implemented the new rules, that number went down to between 1 and 1.5 times per game. And so the data was very, very compelling that when you implemented a rule like this, it really would reduce those preventable match delays. And that was really exciting for us. But when you do the analysis in terms of number of fouls and yellow cards and red cards and some of those metrics, we found that those remain consistent whether the rule was in place or not. And that was a positive dynamic for us. And it's one of the key indicators that the rule's working.
The experiment was working in MLS Next Pro and was brought to MLS 2 years later. That success pushed these ideas to the biggest stage in the game.
It's amazing that every single law change that comes into play comes from some competition or some situation that happened at maybe it was UEFA Champions League final, or maybe it was another World Cup that inspired a rule change. So to have from our own competition, coming from North America, to have a rule change come into play for me, it's special because I've been there from the very beginning. I've helped implement this from a management standpoint, so I'm excited to see how it's going to be implemented on the world stage by competitions, by referees, and by teams from around the world.
For the people who helped build it, the impact is still sinking in.
You never really understand the impact that you might have on the sport. And so to be part of MLS Next Pro and to be part of this process and leading this process as it relates to new rules and innovation has been a real shining star for me as it relates to my career. I'm just super excited and proud and grateful to be part of the process. I can't wait for the games to happen in the World Cup and to see them. These are important new rules for the growth of the game, so it's extremely rewarding, and I can't articulate how happy and proud I am.
MLS Next Pro having a big impact on the world stage, and in addition to the rules influences at this summer's World Cup, 105 players at the tournament have spent time with an MLS club. 44 of these players developed through the MLS player pathway. Of those 44, 19 spent time right here in MLS Next Pro. Fans can get a closer look at this historic group by heading to MLSNextPro.com. Well, speaking of MLS Next Pro, back in Portland, Oregon, in this match week 17 fixture between Portland Timbers and San Jose Earthquakes. But that is not the only action going on around MLS Next Pro this weekend and has been taking place. As we look ahead to our upcoming schedule around MLS Next Pro, this kicks off a busy weekend. Things will get in action on Sunday with a full slate of games. The one that everyone has their eyes on is that 7 p.m. fixture, St. Louis City 2, Austin FC 2. Verdos picking up a 4-1 win at their place last time they saw St. Louis about 6 matches ago. So St. Louis not just looking to topple the number 1 team in the Western Conference, but also to exact a measure of revenge. And these are teams that have had some really fascinating matchups over the last few years. A 0-0 draw in St. Louis comes to mind in April of last year, where Austin FC got the extra point in the penalty shootout. A lot of action to come in MLS Next Pro. And as for the action in our contest, let's get you up to speed with it, courtesy of our first half highlights. And there were plenty of highlights to go around. A 1-1 contest through 45 minutes of play. And Portland Timbers in the 26th minute, they would find the breakthrough. But first it was Charles Oendo having a hit from distance. That went skipping wide in the early moments of the contest. San Jose would return the favor minutes later. A fine save generated there from Sam Joseph. Then they would finally find the breakthrough. Smooched off the woodwork by Lucas Fernandez Kim. That broke the 0-0 deadlock, but it would not be a 1-0 lead for very long. Zach Bohane chasing this one down 4 minutes later after San Jose went down a goal, and that put things on level footing at the half-hour mark, and that is exactly where we stand through 45 minutes of play. We'll kick it back to break when we return to Providence Park, the opening kick of half number 2 between Quakes 2 and Timbers 2.
a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Wins it!
It's go time for the second half inside Providence Park. Portland Timbers 2, San Jose Earthquakes 2, all square through 45 minutes. And we're back underway for the second half. Good to have you alongside us for what has been a thrilling affair to kick off what is a busy match week 17 Saturday and really busy match week 17 weekend. There's a standalone game last night, a standalone game on Wednesday night, and the action really getting going in earnest today. Colorado Rapids, Vancouver Whitecaps 2 flying high off the win at the death over this very same San Jose Earthquakes 2 side last match week. That'll be the next action in the Western Conference tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That match will kick off and things close out in Los Angeles with Ventura County and Real Monarchs, who have the player of the month for the month of May, Van Parker, for Mark Lowry's side, trying to string together some results. So we get a whistle here, and there will be a free kick awarded to Portland Timbers 2. T2 did well for themselves in half number 1 to generate 3 attacking half free kicks, also had a handful of corners. They are a team that can be dangerous on their set pieces. They've scored twice off free kicks in 2026. No changes for either team at the 45-minute marker, as Robert Vincezi wants to have a chat with Alejandro Cano. It'll be Eric Izoida sizing things up on this free kick. Izoida taking some issue with how close that two-man wall had formed in front of that free kick spot. And Robert Vincezi agrees, backing the duo up for San Jose a few steps. All things squared away and set to go. Izoida lofts this out wide. First contact made by Quakes 2, helped back along, but turned aside by San Jose defensively. That's where Jacob Heisner scoops things up. Not a deep enough clearance, though. Henry Mueller had it for a moment. He went slipping down, and a delayed whistle from Robert Vincezi. It'll be another free kick here. Almost in the exact same spot, but on the opposite side of the pitch, where Eric Izoida had just taken a free kick for Portland Timbers. Portland, they don't score a ton of goals, just 19 goals scored this season, but so adept at set play opportunities. 5 total set piece goals, the 12th most in MLS Next Pro this season. Enriquez runs over it. It'll be Izoida to take. Flips this one out wide, hammered wide of goal. And it will stay on this end of things. Another corner here for Portland Timbers 2. Speaking of areas where Portland Timbers excel, they excel at generating corner opportunities. 12th most in MLS Next Pro, 71 coming into this afternoon's fixture. They managed to score 3 times off those. They go the short route quickly. Hand it back off. Izoida will swing this toward goal. Lamb able to get a fingertip to it for his second save of the day. Consecutive corners now for Portland Timbers. This is some start to half number 2 for Andres Flores' bunch. He had said the last time these teams met up, he felt like Portland Timbers were the better team in terms of managing those swings of momentum. Well, they're managing them right now. A hefty swing of momentum in favor of the home side. Izoida Floats this one into a crowd. Again, first contact by San Jose. Here's Mueller. Second bite of the apple in the thick of it, knocked down again by San Jose Earthquakes. They have no choice but to just thump this one all the way back down. They sat in San Jose, didn't absorb so much pressure. We're just 5 minutes deep into the second half, and for almost the majority of it, it has been Portland Timbers in the attacking half, asking questions of Quakes 2. Quakes 2 trying to walk the line on that far touchline. Unsuccessful. The counter is on. Late arrival. Here's Mueller. They give it to him. Wanted to stand that cross up. And instead blocked off the back of Alejandro Cano. Out for another corner. The third in the last 90 seconds for Portland Timbers. San Jose Earthquakes, in terms of set-piece defense, they have been crisp at times, but have given up corner goals, 2 to be exact. Give it a go, back to Izoida, across the face of goal, and knocked away by Quakes 2. Izoida will slice this one along the top of the area. He's back on it now, has a hit from distance, it's in! Showing off that dangerous right foot. He's done it in MLS, he's done it in MLS Next Pro, and T2 are on top. Just the quick handoff between the opening goal scorer, Lucas Fernandez-Cam, and Eric Izoida doing the rest. Connor Lamb didn't know about it, and Izoida has his second goal of the season. Go back to last year where the homegrown signing made 21 appearances, and former Timbers 2 coach Serge Dinkota a season ago, he had said that that's a guy to watch for rising through this organization. And everyone else in the Portland Timbers organization concurs. It's a reason why they inked him to that hybrid deal back in March, and it continues to pay dividends. The 18-year-old in stunning fashion as Portland Timbers 2 out in front again. Ball goes careening off our center referee, and that will be a whistle for a stoppage. Dossman goes forward with it. San Jose in the second half, they've struggled to replicate some of the fluidity that we saw in their build-outs in half number 1. The junior has the throw. They promptly give it back to him, and now he carries it along. Good interchange now. Off and running are Quakes 2, and behind it's Quinde Jr. Tucked in front, the net's empty, they score! All Quakes, no breaks. Jacob Heisner puts this contest back on level terms, 2-2. Twice now, San Jose have overcome 1-goal deficits and leveled. That time just the little triangle formed in that passing combo over on the left-hand side, enough to overwhelm Portland defensively, and taking full advantage on the late arrival is Jacob Heisner. There's a whistle for a foul, and meanwhile, Portland Timbers and manager Andres Flores will make their first 2 changes of this contest. Benjamin Bargiolo will come on, and he will be joined by Max Kissel, college national champion at Vermont. Kissel's a name that San Jose Earthquakes fans might recognize. He scored a goal earlier this year in the 2-1 win at the start of 2026 for Portland Timbers 2. And on he trots. It's Mueller and Cervantes coming off. Back underway off the stoppage for the foul and the subsequent substitutions. Bargiolo trotting on for appearance number 14 in MLS Next Pro, coming over on the transfer at the start of the year from Orange County in USL Championship. Spent some time in the Orange County Academy, made 21 appearances across all competitions. Something he and the most recent goal scorer for San Jose, Jacob Heisner, have in common. Heisner coming out of the Oakland Roots Academy, where he spent 2 years. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. It's not just raining goals here in Portland, Oregon. It's quite literally raining as well. Heavy, steady downpour, and this one driven in toward goal and headed wide by Van Voorhis. The rain had been falling at a drizzle in the first half, but this has turned just into a deluge. Will track all the way back to collect that ball and cuts it over to Sam Joseph. Moving ball ahead from Joseph, turned all the way back down the pitch. Spivey had it momentarily. That's where Alex Bamford will pick the pieces up for Portland Timbers. Lindo knifing through 2 defenders, now gets past a third, can't beat a fourth, however, there is a whistle. And perhaps more than a whistle. Donovan Sezzi reaching into his pocket, plucking out a card, and it will in fact be a yellow. Edwin Mendoza will go into the book, the San Jose homegrown. Twice in this contest, Portland have gone up a goal. And twice, inside 4 minutes after conceding, San Jose have pulled back level. Took 4 minutes exact the last time in the first half, took just 2 minutes in this second half. After this man, 73 in black and red, Eric Izoida scored what arguably will end up being the goal of the week in MLS Next Pro. Bargiolo sizes things up, flips this one toward goal. Karams out wide. That is where Daniel Nunez has it. Wants to go inline. Whipped clear by Quakes 2. Racing up ahead with it, Quinde Jr. coming in from behind, not clear yet. Nunez at the spot, his shot deflected. And now knocked down is Nunez, and this will be a whistle. Some frustrations bubbling over for San Jose Earthquakes. Portland, a moment ago, it felt a bit hard done by the lack of a whistle after Quinde Jr. was able to knock that ball away after racing in from behind. Now Portland Timbers do get that foul they were looking for, and it will be a sharp angle free kick. Izoida backs off. It'll be Adolfo Enriquez, the captain, to take. Drives this toward the near post, and covered well defensively again that time by San Jose. And Vuris muscled down, a little shove afterward on Zach Bohane. And Vuris taking a little exception there to some physicality from Bohane, one of 2 goal scorers in this contest for San Jose Earthquakes 2. Eric Izoida, one of 2 goal scorers for Portland Timbers, will drive this one ahead on the restart. They've been organized in possession. They've been organized during the run of play, but their set pieces haven't been as organized as they would hope to have. And Vuris slipped trying to clear it away. Mendoza looking to take advantage. Here's Bohane. Rajagopal. He's tripped up. He'll go tumbling down, and he will win a whistle for San Jose. This portion of the match is brought to you by Tillamook. Things in this contest had been rather open. A lot of end-to-end action in the opening 45, and we saw some of that in the infancy of half number 2, but these last 10 minutes, it has turned into a real physical contest. A lot of stopped moments. Almost coincidentally, that coincided with that heavy downpour. Whipped ahead, falling around in front, headed home! 2 unanswered for Quakes 2, and they lead for the first time today, 3-2. This just a looping, seeing eyeball, attacking the header. Down and in is San Jose.
San Jose goal scoring in the 64th minute. Goal scored by number 73,
Talk about a strong response after going down a goal a second time. And just before this contest gets back underway, San Jose will make their first two changes. Running on is Gabriel Bracken-Serra, and joining him is Diogo Baptista. Jacob Heisner scoring back-to-back goals for San Jose Earthquakes 2, a brace. He came in on the season with just one goal.
Replacing number 74, Martin Quinte Jr.
And now here's Bohane, who had the first of now 3 goals for San Jose. All the way back in the 30th minute. He'll give it up to Heisner. First career professional brace for the former Oakland Roots man, Jacob Heisner. It'll be a throw for Portland Timbers 2. Well over an hour elapsed in this contest. This Quakes 2 side, they came in to this contest with something to prove. Their last 5 matches, a pair of draws, a pair of losses, just 1 win in the last 5. That coming against Real Monarchs. Dan DeGear, their manager, he had said earlier in the week that they just had some up and down performances these last few weeks. Wanting to right the ship. Meanwhile, Max Kissel, apoplectic. Little tug of the shirt as he was trying to get in behind that final line for San Jose. No whistle though, and Kissel just couldn't believe it. You even see Andres Flores there at the bottom of your screen, motioning, tugging on the back of his own jacket as he argues and pleads his case. Nonetheless, play continues on. And it's Nunez who will come up with it on the give and go. Back to Nunez. Knocked out of play. Pushed it a little too far in front off the prep touch, and Connor Lamb will steer things back ahead. And Vuris cuts that out. Wins it back high up the pitch. Funneled forward, here's Nunez. On the end line, Izoida lifts it back into play. Barciolo running onto it. Timbers 2 still with it. Over on that right flank. They'll give it up to Benjamin Barciolo. He wants the cross, was deflected and influenced. Still, though, it falls right back to him. Second effort right at Connor Lamb. Barciolo able to find Bamford off the throw-in. Alex Bamford, one of the team's leader in minutes this season. North of 1,200 minutes played coming into this clash. Making his 15th start in as many appearances. things that has bolstered Portland in 2026 has been a lot of consistency on their back line. Bamford, Charles Oendo, Nicholas Lund, all faces that have been mainstays on the defensive side of things. For first Jack Cassidy and now Andres Flores in behind, clip toward goal, and drilled clear by San Jose. All the way back down is where Sam Joseph will come way away from his home and goal. Lindo cutting around inside, tried to give it up. It was Daniel Nunez impeded, and this will be another whistle from Robert Vincezi. One thing the Portland Timbers have done well in 2026 has been their ability to occupy vacant spaces, take advantage of the overloads they've created. San Jose, to their credit, they have in large stretches canceled that ability out. Breaks too, their rest defense has been very impressive in this contest. Their ability to get numbers back in front of the ball in terms of their defensive structure. In large part why Portland Timbers win in the final third. Have not had a lot of room to move as Izoida swings it ahead. There is a whistle, and that is how things come to a close on that set piece opportunity for Portland. This portion of the match is brought to you by Ford. Tracking it down is Tomo Allen, looking to take on two defenders. It's an unsuccessful venture for Allen as Oendo comes up with it. Coming up on the final 15 minutes of regulation, plus stoppage time to go. Right now, San Jose Earthquakes in prime position to spoil Portland Timbers' return to their cathedral of Providence Park. The last three matches away from home, T2 have. Dossman got on the other end of it as they were trying to funnel it through to Max Kissel and had no choice but to fling it out of play. It'll be another corner for Portland. Fifth of the evening coming up. Izoida, he's been their set piece specialist all season. Floats this one into a crowd, catches the head of Max Kissel. He does track wide. Now more whistles here, and a card will come out. It'll be Benjamin Bargiolo going into the book for Portland Timbers.
Yellow card issued to T2, number 77, Benjamin Bargiolo. Bargiolo given the caution card for T2.
That'll be the third yellow card handed out combined by Robert Vincezi. So Lund and Bargiolo carrying yellows in the second half for Portland Timbers. Early ball ahead. Kick out Shane DeFlores. He'll run onto it, hands it off to Spivey. Now left off, and Spivey shot is blocked. Out it goes. It will be a throw for the visitors, San Jose Earthquakes. One thing that Dan DeGeer challenged this San Jose side in training this week when preparing for Portland Timbers, continue to find ways to stretch this defensive shape out. They're so compact. They keep these lines tight. They have such organized structure in their defensive shape. You have to find ways to pull them out of position. San Jose has found ways to do just that as they prep to bring 2 more changes onto the pitch. Across the end line, that ball rolls. It will be a goal kick for Sam Joseph, but first the 2 aforementioned changes coming for San Jose Earthquakes, and they will happen now. Julian Donnery, Jermaine Spivey will come on. DeFlores will come off, and it's a Spivey for Spivey change as Kadron Spivey will come off. Portland Timbers in series history, they've never won 3 consecutive matches against San Jose Earthquakes 2. Bargiolo trying to right the ship. His effort turned aside again. Izoida from distance, punched away by Lamb and cleared out for a throw. In front, and again it makes its way out of play. It will be a corner for Portland. This has been a second half that has been marked by Timbers' 2 set-piece opportunities. 4th corner of the second 45. Zoida pulled back at the last minute. We do get a whistle from Robert Vincezi. Saw something in that mess of bodies in front of Connor Lamb that he didn't much care for. All that has been remedied. And there is the 6th corner of the night. Swung in and nodded away by San Jose. Window funnels it ahead to Nunez. Pinned along the touchline by Jacob Heisner. Now turned upfield. Running onto it is San Jose Earthquakes 2. And it will carry him out of play as Rohan Rajagopal will go tumbling down. 4th season with San Jose Earthquakes for the 18-year-old midfielder Rohan Rajagopal, the homegrown signing. MLS next All-Star 2 years ago in 2024. Consecutive throws now for San Jose, courtesy of Jacob Heisner, who, as it stands, would be the hero should this result hold. A second half brace for Heisner. Rajagopal tight-roping the touchline across the face of goal, punched away initially, the effort over the bar. Jermaine Spivey able to win a corner for San Jose. The service is in from the wide areas when San Jose gets into the final third. They have been so dangerous, dropping them right in front of Sam Joseph. He's had his hands full all day long. In swinging ball off the corner. Won't make its way through to Sam Joseph. Headed along. Logical Paul will race back to pick the pieces up for San Jose again. Long ball over the top, chasing it down, now cut in front centrally. Seeking Tomo Allen, and it forces Portland to clear things out on an emergency basis, conceding the throw to San Jose. Lamb will race forward and just drill this all the way back down. Going back to a conversation I had with Dan DeGear about Connor Lamb, talking about that athleticism, how he's been able to command his opportunities as of late for San Jose. He's made some brave plays in this contest. He's a guy that's not afraid to hang out, play a high line as a keeper. Of course, you can say the same thing about his opposition netminder in Sam Joseph, looking to get involved with the distribution. Clipped along errantly, though, by Portland defensively. Here is Bohane. Bohane gives it up out wide. This hit from distance goes sailing out. Portland will make another change, their third of the day. Tommy, the right back out of South Africa, will come on. Tommy coming into this Portland Timbers organization in the offseason. Out of college from NC State. Intercepted, counter quickly developing, deflected wide, out of play. It'll stay on this end. It's a San Jose corner. Sarah content to take as much time as he can, getting things set on this corner. San Jose trying to salt away these final handful of minutes. Bracken Sarah in swinging, ball punched away by Sam Joseph. Baptista looking to help it along. Kissel muscled down, no foul given, much to the dismay of Max Kissel. 90th overall pick of the Super Draft this past year by Inter Miami. Unsigned, though. He joined his Portland Timbers organization. Here's Lamb. Roger Paul will let it deflect out of play, and it will be a Quakes 2 throw. Big stretch of matches coming up for the San Jose Earthquakes side. 3 straight at home. Sporting Kansas City, Tacoma Defiance, and the 2024 Next Pro champions, North Texas. As you look around the rest of MLS Next Pro for the Western Conference table, as Portland Timbers transition back into the attack, and it's canceled out by Heisner and San Jose. Bohane now with it. Texas finding themselves in 11th position in the Western Conference table. And now this will be another booking here. Some bad blood brewing. Alejandro Cano racing in and shouting at Eric Izoida. Enriquez, Portland Timbers captain, will be booked. a mistake about it. This has been a physical affair, one that has seen now 4 total yellows handed out by Robert Vincezi. And play back underway. Eisner trying to go through that half space on the restart. Thumped up ahead, Kissel. There's Izoida. Oh, what a ball up ahead. It's Nunez on the other end of it. Bargiolo now, end line, his service falling all the way through. T2 keeping this defensive line high right now into the attacking half, stepping into the pocket of space. Izoida over Oendo, shovels it out wide. Bargiolo cuts back inside, cuts it central. Won't make its way toward the target, and Bamford has to chase it all the way down. Twice this season in 2 prior matchups, Portland Timbers have scored in the 85th minute or later against San Jose Earthquakes. Oendo back into the feet of Bargiolo. There's the Spaniard, Charles Oendo. Bargiolo, service, stood up into a crowd, hacking away at it still. Was Izoida. Couldn't make contact with it, and giving chase is Nicholas Lund. San Jose defensively, they have packed it in on this end. Played in behind, Enriquez to the end line, winning Nunez. It's turned out of play, and they concede the corner to Portland Timbers. T2, they've scored off a second ball on a set piece, but not directly off a set piece as Izoida swings it through into the mixer. Second ball, whipped ahead. Clearance falls back to the feet of Izoida, put in front. There is the Quakes defense again, holding firm under the weight of all of this Timbers pressure. Booming ball ahead. Eisner goes down and stays down. Trainers ushered on and a stoppage whistled for. Keep an eye on the left side of your screen here. Jacob Eisner colliding in midair with the second half substitute, Callum Tommy. And Eisner worse for wear off that collision. You see him in the center of your screen being tended to by trainers. He is in a world of hurt, grabbing away at his face. Eisner will have to exit the playing surface. Flanked by trainers, walking off under his own power though, which is always the best sign anytime you have a situation like that. Eisner getting the start at the right back position today. They, being San Jose, do have one substitution still they can make, and they will make it now. Like for like, as Alexander Ling will race on, the future Stanford Cardinal, to fill that void on the back line. Play restarted here, off the knock. Whipped out wide by Izoida. bodies colliding inside that area. It ultimately rolls out of play. And again, San Jose able to come away unscathed. Approaching the 90th minute, looking at 5 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of this contest. And immediately, as we enter stoppage time, we get another whistle. The second half has been filled with a lot of stoppages because of the amount of fouls we've seen. And that, in a way, has played into the favor of San Jose because it has prevented, with all the stopped play moments, this Portland Timbers side from getting into a real rhythm and doing what they do best, which is be in transition. One thing that Dan DeGeer, I felt like that if they were able to limit Portland in transition, that they would have success today, or at least put themselves rather in position to have success. Lindo carrying it along. His pass, though, deflected away and just cleared back down by San Jose. That's where Tomo Allen will track it down. He tries to boot that through. Bohane couldn't hang on to it. Bamford will scoop things up. To Bargiolo. Still Benjamin Bargiolo going in on two defenders now. There's just no space to move if you're Portland Timbers too. Quakes too have committed all their numbers back defensively. Now Jermaine Spivey comes up a bit lame, grabbing at his face. It has been tough sledding at times on the road in 2026. For San Jose Earthquakes too, entered the weekend winless in 3 straight, seeking their first away win since May 1st. Minutes away from achieving that, though. They have to withstand a significant amount of questions being asked by Portland. In is Nunez and can't get the shot off. Turned up ahead, a foot race. Tomo Allen will win it. At least initially, it's still Tomo Allen. Tomo Allen cutting around. That ball knocked off his boots. The service in, a cross goal out the other side. Bargiolo will let it roll out. It'll be a throw for Portland. Roughly 90 seconds remaining in second half stoppage time. Portland Timbers 2 side, they've only suffered 3 total setbacks in 2026. 2 of those, though, have come in the last 5 matches entering this weekend's fixture. Ahead, Bargiolo heads at top of the area. It's all Endo shot, turned away again. Rebound falls to Izoida, threads it through, Nunez squares, and it's knocked out of play. He says he checks the watch. Marek Izoida will have another corner for Portland. All numbers crowding the area. Izoida floats it in front, knocked away, and that is where Enriquez chases it down. Second effort toward goal. Even the keeper is up forward for Portland. The net's empty. They'll have a go all the way from behind the halfway line. Can he chase it down? He will. It was going wide regardless. Last effort here loading for Portland. Booted away by San Jose. And there it is, the full-time whistle in Portland. Quakes 2 rally from 1-goal deficits twice. And they run off winners on the road, 3-2. An unbelievable effort for the visitors from California. They win it, and they get a massive effort from today's man of the match, presented by Adidas. Who else but Jacob Heisner? No better time to record your first professional brace than in the second half, 10 minutes apart, to help your team pick up their first road win in a calendar month. Scored in the 54th, and then the go-ahead goal in the 64th. One that would put San Jose in front, and they would never look back. Jacob Heisner is your man of the match, presented by Adidas. And San Jose Earthquakes are taking 3 points in tow back home to California. They win it 3-2 over Portland Timbers 2. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good afternoon from Portland.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.